What's going on, my free thinking rebels? Welcome to another Decrypting Crypto episode. I am your host, Stefan Subero. That is such an interesting meme, and it is so true because you have all of the institutions, the banks, the one percenters, whatever you want to call them, jumping on Bitcoin right now, while the general public just sits back and twiddles their fingers, wondering when is a good time to buy. Well, my friends, it's always a good time when the market is crashing. It's always a good time when we have big red candles. And today's topic is the Israel war, markets plunge, oil surges, airlines grounded, crypto reacts. So we're going to take a look at what is happening, what we should expect, and what we can do to position ourselves in the best way. And again, I don't like to say it like this because it sounds horrible, right? Let's capitalize on the war. It's a horrible thing to say. But if you think about it, the big companies capitalize on the wars, the governments capitalize on the wars. So the way that I look at it is we're not capitalizing on war. We are just positioning ourselves to ensure that we can protect ourselves, we can protect our family and our community. That's the way I look at it, and that is how we should all look at it. Hence why we are going to look at a couple of things today that we can do to start taking advantage of this. Now, this video is brought to you by the Future of Money Masterclass. We'll touch more on this a bit later. So we are going to jump into the news highlights, and we are starting off. Let's start that off with this article. This article by Fast Company, Stock Market Today, how markets are reacting to the Israel-Hamas war. A deadly escalation this weekend of the decades-long Israel-Palestine conflict is rattling markets and impacting flights. Here's what to know. Stock rebounded on Monday after the escalating conflict in the Middle East had caused the markets to open on shaky grounds. By midday, major indexes were trading up over Friday. Dow Jones was up 0.61%, the S&P 500 was up 0.62%, Nasdaq was up 0.39%. Major cryptocurrencies including Bitcoin and Ethereum both struggle to regain their losses. However, meanwhile, some defense stocks had risen significantly, with Lockheed Martin up more than 8% in midday trading. Now, if we want to talk a bit about this, what we can understand is that there's always going to be gainers, there's always going to be losers. When it comes to the war, there are going to be companies that will be able to capitalize on this. Now, in general, when we look at the history of the stock market in relationship to wars, and again, I have to find that chart, but historically speaking, the markets actually do much better during the time of war. Not all of the stocks, not all of the assets do well, but in general, overall, they do much better because there's a lot of stimulus being pushed in. There's a lot of money being printed to be able to pay for these wars. So that money has to go somewhere. So it goes into specific stocks, it goes into specific sectors of the market. Now, the next news we're going to look at. Bitcoin is 2023's best performing asset among 40 wealth classes. Now, I know this. A lot of you guys watching our channel know this as well. Bitcoin has been the best performing asset. We call it an apex asset because it's outperformed every single asset in the last, I don't know, since its inception, basically. So let's look at this article right now. In a year marked by economic uncertainty, persistently high inflation, and concerns over rising interest rates, Bitcoin has emerged as the star performer. outperforming other traditional asset classes. This performance by Bitcoin is notable despite the cryptocurrency mostly trading in a consolidation phase, which is true, we're consolidating. In particular, Bitcoin has emerged as the top performing asset class in 2023 with gains of 63.3%, leading among 40 selected asset classes, according to data published by NYDIG on October the 6th. Now, we're just going to take a look at this chart. I've, you might have seen this before, but year to date asset class return. So this is the year to date. Let's see. The sources, right? The year to, I don't know when they're taking this from, but this is, oh yeah, this is 2023. So here we go. Bitcoin, it's comparing it to everything. The next US large cap growth, 28%. US large cap, 13%. US stock market, 12%. So it goes down, it goes down. Let's see what else can we see in here. Inflation, quote unquote, is at 3.5%. Corporate bonds, 4.1. REITs are down, precious metals are down. So overall, if we look at it, like, oh my God, like the growth of Bitcoin is just insane in comparison to anything else. So as a smart investor, do you want to just sit on the sidelines and just kind of wait around? No. The smart thing to do is just allocate some of your investment funds to cryptocurrency. Do it in a smart way and just learn how to diversify into it. Next news article we have is from the Bitcoinist. Now, this is damning revelation. Gary Wang testifies FTX faked insurance fund data details. So for any of you who follow the FTX crash, the FTX scandal, this is just continuing that. So let's take a look at what Gary had to say. Gary Wang, the enigmatic co-founder and chief technology officer of the defunct cryptocurrency exchange FTX, provided an incriminating testimony during the ongoing criminal trial of Sam Bankman-Fried, marking the trial's third day. Wang revealed in his shocking new test statement that FTX purported 100 million insurance fund for 2021 was a fabrication and never held any of the exchanged FTX tokens. Oh my God. Wang's testimony is consistent with the views held by the cryptocurrency community, which has discovered proof of software code allegedly used by FTX to manipulate its insurance fund and deceive the public about its true values. Now, what can we say about this? This honestly is like FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried keeps coming back, and it's like, bro, you really messed up. And for me, the only way that this was possible was because he had the support of a lot of big politicians in the States and all over the world. Because there must be a benefit for others for this FTX scandal to have gone on so long, everything that he was doing to go on for so long. Where was the SEC then? Where was Gary Gensler then? Nowhere to be found. Think about that. Next on news, excuse me. Actually, that was our last news highlight. We are going to move on to our market updates. As the world sinks deeper into debt, your hard-earned money loses value daily. The solution: safeguard your wealth with smart, diversified, and decentralized income strategies. Breakout Solutions is on a mission to take back personal freedom, individual rights, and financial sovereignty. As the era of CBDC's digital IDs and social credit system approaches, it's crucial to act now to safeguard your financial future. Introducing the Future of Money, your guide to what's happening and what is coming. Join our 90-minute session to equip yourself, your loved ones, and your business against a system bent on control. Your time is precious. Don't waste it anymore. Use the link below, join our next virtual event, and access my exclusive bonuses. Yes, my friends, you can join our next Future of Money Masterclass, which will be on October the 12th. Use the link in the description to access my exclusive bonuses. So now let's take a look at the market updates, and we will start. We're going to start off with the crypto bubbles. So a sea of red, which is expected at this point. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market. So all of these small cap coins, if we look at them, these are all, a lot of them anyway, are small cap coins. Yeah, we will see them go down as a lot of the funds will start to channel into Bitcoin and Ethereum and bigger projects. We do have one green. Wow. The Trust Wallet token is up 21.5%. Last week, this was also up. So this is a good sign for Trust Wallet. Definitely, you'll have to look at Trust as an opportunity. But overall, my friends, does not look very good. Crypto markets this week. For the Fear and Greed Index, we are still neutral. This does take a bit of time to adjust. So we will probably see this starting to shift a bit more by the end of the week. But market sentiment seems to be same. We are neutral. We don't know what's going to happen, especially right now. There's a lot of uncertainty. So we're just going to have to wait and see how things unfold. The Bitcoin rainbow chart still in the buy area. Great time to keep accumulating your Bitcoin. Definitely an option for further downside in the market, but overall, good buying opportunities. Now, if you want to get a detailed update on the markets, please check out Matt's last video he did yesterday, urgent Bitcoin update. This has never happened before. Highly recommend you take a look at that video. And if you have not yet, please go ahead and subscribe to Breakout Solutions on YouTube. Make sure you turn on that notification bell so you do not miss out on any content from our channel. Now, let's move on to our Twitter highlights. All right, the first Twitter highlight for us today is by Dr. Simon Gudick. During the last 24 hours, I've been heavily criticized and lost hundreds of followers for not taking sides, expressing my concerns about retaliatory strikes, condemning the dehumanization of people, and advocating for peace. In fact, the same people who profited from the pandemic are profiting from this war. Wake up. And here we have a beautiful people of this hideous creature, Klaus Schwab, with his tentacles. And again, my friends, it's true. It's true what Dr. Simon is saying. We got to wake up. If you still believe that any of these wars are not planned and orchestrated, then you got to kind of take a step back and look at it from far. You got to really see who truly benefits from this. I always say, follow the money and you will find the real benefactors of any war or any events in the market. So let's just kind of think about that. And yeah, we need to just advocate for peace, love, and respect for our fellow brothers and sisters. Doesn't matter where they are in the world, doesn't matter their beliefs. We all have the ability to believe what we choose to believe in. And we have that right to do that, no matter if what that person believes in agrees with what I believe in. We all have that freedom, that right. So let's appreciate it. Now, next we have Bitcoin Magazine. This is an interesting video from Joe Rogan, just in world's biggest podcaster. If you don't know Joe Rogan's podcast, millions and millions of followers, billions of listeners, I believe, right now. Rogan says that Bitcoin has the most likely possibility of becoming a universal viable currency. I actually have this clip here for you guys. I'm going to play it.
I mean, the real fascinating crypto is Bitcoin. To me, I mean, that's the one that I think has the most likely possibility of becoming a universal viable currency. And it's, it's limited in the amount that there can be. It's, people mine it with their own computer. It's like, that to me is very fascinating. And I love the fact that it's been implemented. And that at least I've had Andreas Antonopoulos on the podcast, and when he talks about it, he's living it. He's spending all of his money. Everything he gets paid is in Bitcoin. He pays his rent in Bitcoin. Everything he does is in Bitcoin.
Yes, my friends, you can live off of your Bitcoin. Obviously, it takes a lot of learning, a lot of adoption skills, a lot of just understanding. But just heard it from Joe Rogan, Bitcoin definitely has the potential to change our financial future. And we can start learning about it today. It's never too late. Next highlight on Twitter, Lark Davis. Take 100 people, 10 dirt poor, 80 middle class, and 10 rich. Put them on an island with nothing. Come back in a year. My guess is that 8 out of 10 of those rich people will have found a way to become rich on that island. Why? Mindset. They believe they can and have the skills. Listen, one of my favorite quotes is, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And if you do not understand the mindset behind wealth creation, it's very hard to shift that. If you come from a mindset of working a 9 to 5, working for someone else, and again, there's nothing wrong with that, but we need to shift that mindset into a, how do we make our money work for us? And investing and moving your assets into different classes is one of the best ways to do that. But 100% in agreement, mindset is the key. Good talking for Lark Davis. That was our last Twitter highlight, my friends. We're going to move on right now to our adoption highlights. All right. Our first adoption highlight, Bitcoin dominance reaches 4-month peak as altcoins lose momentum. Market watch. Now, this is part of the cycle. Bitcoin dominance will rise, altcoin prices will go down. When altcoin prices go up, Bitcoin prices will go down. So it's a relative movement between funds that move between Bitcoin and altcoins. This article says the last time the metric was approximately these levels of around 50% was in June of 2023. Although Bitcoin's price movements have been quite boring over the last 48 hours, the asset's dominance over the market has increased to 50%, the highest since June. This comes as most alternative coins are trading in the red once again, with AVAX leading the way south. Bitcoin dominance on the rise. The beginning of last week was a lot more exciting for Bitcoin, which pumped by over $1.5 on Monday, along to the top of the 6-week peak at over 28,600. However, it quickly lost its momentum and reacted back down to around 2,700. Now, we'll continue seeing a rise and fall in the markets until we figure out what's happening, until the markets can now adjust to whatever shifts will continue to happen. So definitely Bitcoin is more of a safe haven. You're going to see a lot of funds flowing out of altcoins and into Bitcoin. Next on the crypto adoptions on Cointelegraph, local Web3 community launches a crypto aid Israel to help displaced citizens. The charity campaign aims to raise funds for humanitarian aid to help civilian Israelites affected by the recent conflict. A collective of local leaders in the cryptocurrency space, including 42 Studio, Market Across, Collided Ventures, Crypto Jungle, Nilos, etc., a global fundraiser to help displaced Israel citizens in need of humanitarian aid. The ongoing and unfolding conflict has taken a heavy toll on the local civilian population, with casualties currently estimated in the thousands. I'll definitely look into this some more if this is something that you want to help with. This local Web3 community, this aid is definitely trying to do some good over there. Now, final crypto adoption news, we have the Chinese government owned newspaper to launch an NFT platform. Again, more adoption for crypto. If you don't know what NFTs are, non-fungible tokens, definitely something you want to look at it, as it's a growing aspect of the crypto industry. China Daily stated that digital collectibles sold on its platform may be bridged to the likes of OpenSea and LooksRare. China Daily, an English language newspaper owned by the publicity department of the Chinese Communist Party, wants to create the very own metaverse and non-fungible token platform. According to a recent announcement, China Daily is awarding 2,813 million Chinese yuan, which is about 390,000, to a third-party contractor that can design the NFT platform within its budget specifications. The contractor can be either a Chinese or foreign firm specializing in blockchain, China Daily wrote. In addition to the mainnet of the blockchain firm that wins the contract must be capable of handling upwards to 10,000 transactions per second. Definitely great news for cryptocurrency, great adoption coming all around. Now, again, my friends, overall, it doesn't look good for because of this war. It does not look good for the economy. But let's always remember that there's always an opportunity in any disaster. We need to just stay vigilant, stay focused, stay aware, stay open. And remember, continue to follow Decrypting Crypto. Join us at our next Future of Money Masterclass, where we continue to dive deeper into this and we help you understand how to protect yourself, how to protect your family, how to protect your assets, and find a way to thrive during these economic times. There's always an opportunity to thrive. So, my friends, that was it for today. I will see you on our next video. Have a great one. Stefan out.